Warren Fiscal Court, Friday, June 10th, 2022 is now called to order. Welcome to everyone. I appreciate everyone being here. I want to welcome especially Esquire Doug Gorman, who's going to lead us in prayer and immediately afterward lead us in the pledge.
Thank you, Judge. You pray with me, Father. Thank you so much for this day, a beautiful day in South Central Kentucky, Lord. And the summer is upon us, the sunshine and the rain that makes everything beautiful, Lord. And what we're reminded of is the beauty that you've created. Each and everything that we see is a gift from you, Lord, and I would hope that we would always remember that. Lord, we have such a great community, but we also have things we have to work on and problems we need to fix. And I would ask for your favor, your mercy, and your grace be upon this fiscal court, be upon the citizens that are with us and joining us today, so that we can come together and work to solve the issues that make this and continue this to be the greatest place to live. We're so thankful for the gift of your Son, Jesus Christ, Lord. I would ask for you to continue to bless this community. We ask all this in your precious Son, Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Let's face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Here.
Esquire Cummings.
Here.
Esquire Gorman.
Here.
Esquire McWhorter.
Here.
Esquire Lawrence.
Here.
Esquire Young.
We need to approve the minutes of the fiscal court meeting of May 20th, 2022.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Let's call the roll.
Esquire Payne. Esquire,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 5 is to approve the work schedule for Warren County Road Department.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Payne. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 6 is to approve personnel changes in Warren County. Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, item number 7 is to approve court's acceptance of ingress and egress easement for Northern Gateway property from Kentucky Outdoor Advertising, Inc., and authorize Judge Executive to sign. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gordon.
Yes, ma'am.
Gorman. Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you all already know this, but just so everyone else knows, this is the access, an easement for the access to the Northern Gateway property, which is the old Northern rest area at exit 30. And that's for the development of a similar type of welcome to the city that Operation Pride, or actually Beautify 65, is doing. Johnny Webb. The next thing that I would like to bring to your all's attention is to approve a resolution 2222 approving and naming a section of Cemetery Road. And I'm going to read the resolution. I know that it's a little longer than usual, but I'd like to read this entire resolution. Whereas Johnny Webb came to Bowling Green to attend Western Kentucky University and fell in love with the city and decided to make it his home. Married the former Glenna Cassidy. They raised their daughter Andrea here, and he started and built a successful business, Southern School Supply. And whereas Johnny Webb was mayor of Bowling Green in the early to mid 90s, and whereas Johnny Webb envisioned and created a private nonprofit group named Operation Pride to beautify our city and county and instill residents' pride in their homes, their properties, their streets, and their neighborhoods, and in their community. And whereas Johnny Webb contributed his own monies and resources and raised private funds from like-minded friends, citizens, and businesses to help fund these efforts, as they continue to do so today. And whereas Johnny Webb has remained on the board of Operation Pride in order to pursue and ensure the best and highest results from Operation Pride's goals and mission. And whereas Johnny Webb, when mayor, assured citizens that the new Cemetery Road I-65 interchange from exit 26 toward the city and the entrance islands separating the lanes of traffic would be planted, landscaped, and well-maintained. And whereas the Cemetery Road from exit 26 interchange to Indian Hills remains beautifully maintained and remains the front door welcoming entrance into the city of Bowling Green. And whereas Johnny Webb recognized that approximately 22 million cars per year, over 62,000 cars per day, pass through Bowling Green, Warren County, traveling I-65, and that they may choose where to stop to get gas, to eat, or to spend the night. And whereas Johnny has more recently envisioned a county-led effort, a community-led effort to improve, beautify, landscape, and enhance and mow along the miles with miles of black horse fencing along the right-of-ways, which he named this vision, Beautify 65. And whereas Johnny Webb shared his vision with the community leaders, friends, and businesses, and took on the effort to raise monies that would be needed to make our city's entrances stand out and thereby make our community stand out to the travelers along I-65, making their decision easier to stop here in Bowling Green, Warren County for gas, food, or lodging, and possibly to consider visiting our tourist attractions, moving and working here, or possibly to open a business here. And whereas Johnny Webb has raised all of the more than $3.5 million for Beautify 65 so far from private individuals and contributed himself to improve our I-65 presence, to welcome people from all over the world, and to help our community stand out as different, special, and better in the eyes of the I-65 traveler. Whereas Beautify 65's enhancements have built a strong sense of pride throughout our residents of our community and our region. Now therefore be it resolved by the Fiscal Court of Warren County that as a small token of appreciation and respect, we wish to recognize and honor Johnny Webb by naming the boulevard entrance along Kentucky Highway 234 Cemetery Road from the intersections of Cumberland Trace Road to the intersection of Indian Hills and Brightway to be renamed as Johnny Webb Boulevard from this day forward, and instruct Public Works to install road signs accordingly. This is the way our resolution reads. However, just for the record, I want to make sure that everyone recognizes this is just a focus of the many things that Johnny's done for this community. I know that he's put his own efforts, his own resources into this effort, but like, for instance, L&N Depot was literally weeks away from being probably destroyed. It had been neglected for a number of years, was used as a warehouse for old tires. And it was the thieves and vagrants had stolen all of the copper guttering, the old historic guttering, and everything off of the building. And it was in a bad state of repair and was very likely getting ready to be torn down. Johnny put together a group. Well, actually, he went to a bank, borrowed the money to buy it, put it in a 501c3, and later requested that the city and county take on ownership of it. But he went and guaranteed the loan and got a few of his friends that also helped to guarantee the loan. Same thing he did with Operation Pride. When he started it, it was his vision. And he asked 2 or 3 friends to help put in the initial seed money. And ever since that day, he's kept that going. And of course, all of you recognize what a great treasure and tourist attraction the L&N Depot is to this community. We're very thankful for all that Johnny has done for our community. And this is literally a very small token of our appreciation. And if you might notice that Johnny Webb is not here with us today, and that's by design, because I didn't want to tell him about this, because he absolutely would have tried to talk us out of doing this, and because he doesn't want any recognition. But I would like to ask, do I have a motion?
You do have a motion, and living out on Cemetery Road, it's, I'm very happy to say that it's a beautiful area. And I'm just happy that people really come through there. And, yes, I'd like to make a motion for just to be named for Johnny Webb.
All right, we have a motion from Esquire McWhorter and a second from Esquire Cummings. Do we have a third or a fourth? We have a third and fourth and fifth. Okay. Is there any other discussion about this or any other comments?
Well, he's just, I'll say something, Judge, but you know, someone that has been very blessed in this community, but instead of thinking that was his or keeping that, the amount that he's invested back in this community for the things that he has been gifted has been unbelievable. And that what you've just spoken about is a fraction of what he's done and continues to do. He doesn't have to do any of this, but the simple fact, I hope everyone enjoys the black fencing, the welcome, all the things on 65, but to have that idea and then raise, he's now up to $4 million doing that work as private donation is unbelievable, but it just means something to him. He loves his community, and he wants other people to fall in love with it and raise their families here like he did. So we're just very appreciative of Johnny and all the work that he's done.
Ditto. And the sign that coming up I-65 is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it truly is. It's
really pretty.
it is. Every time I invite someone here, or if I have someone coming in from out of town, I always take them to exit 26, where I tell them to come on there to come into Bowling Green, because that's truly our front door, and I believe it always will be. But he's enhancing really all five of Bowling Green's interchanges, and actually putting the gateway entrance right at 20, right below 20, and right at 30, exit 30. And they're just remarkable, and I truly believe that they will change the perception of our community to everyone who travels up and down I-65. I know that it has enhanced and is still amazing how much it's enhanced the sense of pride by all the people in Bowling Green, Warren County. And anyway, we have a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. The Public Works is starting to place the signage there. There's a small section, really just a few feet there at Brightway and Indian Hills Drive that is in the city. So that will come a little bit slower, but they're going to actually start as soon as possible on placing the signage there, indicating that at all of the signage that this is Johnny Webb Boulevard, and will be noted that way for some time to come. Mr. Moore, do you have anything that you'd like to add to it?
Just that there will be a sign, it's 9:30, the one at Cumberland Trace, those signs should be installed now. And as of this morning, our good friends of the city, even though they have not taken action yet on that small piece, they are volunteering their services and equipment to sign all of the signal poles at those state intersections for us, so Cumberland Trace, Lovers Lane, and we'll get some signage there for Ewing Forward as well to make sure everything looks cohesive, but they're going to work on that probably as early as the middle of next week. So it's all happening fairly quick, and thankful to them for assisting us on that one. So,
Thank you for all your help,
Yep,
Josh.
no problem.
Thank you. Okay, well, I'm very, very happy to do that, and I want to just say that Johnny has meant a lot to this community and still does. And he doesn't have to do any of it. And I enjoyed working with him for a couple of years when he was mayor. And frankly, had it not been for Johnny Webb being mayor at the time, I probably would have never run for judge executive or any other public office. He had that much influence on me.
I can't believe Johnny did us.
So now we know who to
Tony.
blame. Knew it was coming.
Anyway,
Oh, goodness.
thank you all so much. Item number 9. To approve Resolution 2219 authorizing commencement of the administrative dissolution process for the Southern Kentucky Performing Arts Center, Inc., and approving a proposed plan of dissolution and distribution of the assets for the Southern Kentucky Performing Arts Center, Inc. Now, Mr. Penn, in case they have any questions, this is not dissolving SkyPack. This is dissolving the initial SkyPack, Inc. board that was, their primary purpose was to build the facility. Now, if you have any further explanation about that,
It's well stated, Judge. At this point in time, the purpose of SkyPack, Inc. has basically exhausted. It's simply the landlord of the property, and the board of directors has really no other assets or purpose in life, so to speak, with regard to this corporation. So in May, they met, and voted to request the county to begin the dissolution process, and that's what this will do. And since this corporation is a special purpose entity, there's some extra hoops we need to jump through, this is the first step, which will provide public notice in case anybody has any objection. After that, it will dissolve pretty much like any other corporation will be dissolved, and that's what this plan would hopefully do.
do y'all have any questions or clarification needed for that? This really doesn't change anything other than it dissolves a corporation whose purpose has expired. And
with the Arts of Southern Kentucky is now the operating company of the facility. the relationship between the county and that is that's the real relationship that will exist going forward. This SkyPack Inc. is sort of a middle step which is no longer needed.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Motion to approve, Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Gaines. Appreciate you being here. Item number 9 is to approve, item number 10 is to approve Resolution 2221, consenting to Intermodal Transportation, Inc.'s conveyance of 21.55 plus or minus acres of real property to Domain Commercial Assets, LLC, and partial cancellation of second supplemental contract lease and option related to said property. Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Lawrence. And do you want to give any further explanation on that?
This is just another,
Cleanup.
actually, it's just another development in the Trans Park where we need to obtain the county and the city's consent as we sell and develop property out there. So this is a great project. It's going to be a 210,000 square foot spec building.
Okay, great. Any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Penn.
Last page.
Okay. If there are no objections, as a courtesy, I'd like to move up item number 38 at this time. This is to approve and grant authority for Judge Executive to sign RECC membership application for electric service and contract for the fire protection metering vault for Aviation Heritage Park in the amount of $15,900 for supply and installation and inspection fee and electric service. Mr. Tenius, would you like to address this or have any more clarification on that? Y'all know Joe Tenius.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate the opportunity to be here. We're moving forward with the construction of the museum on the property, beginning the interior work. The electrical, plumbing, and fire suppression systems are in the process of being installed. Electricity needs to come from, and I may have this backwards, but I believe the water is coming from Small House Road. The electricity is coming from Three Springs Road, and to bring that into the building. And obviously, we do not, Aviation Heritage Park does not own that property. The county does, so we need the judge's signature to let them know they can move forward with that work.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion, questions?
It's a fabulous building. We had the y'all's hangar party thing out there, and it was.
The open house, yes.
It's going to be an incredible place, and should draw a lot of people to come to Warren County and Bowling Green to live.
It's amazing the number of people who already, they come to visit the park and they walk up and they start yanking on the door. They want to come in. We have to tell them it's still a construction site. But speaking of the hangar party, that is a week from Saturday, and we'll be announcing the next 12 aviators who will be recognized at the park, in part as the museum opens. For some of these aviators, we may not be able to find an actual artifact, but they are more than deserving to be recognized. Again, individuals from our community, true heroes that have walked among us, that need to be recognized, and we'll be making that announcement at the hangar party a week from Saturday. So invite all of you to come and join us. Hope you can make it. You'll hear some names that I think you'll recognize, and some stories that will be somewhat hard to believe what these individuals have provided as far as service to our country.
Is that 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock is the program. The hangar party itself is from 5 to 10, but the program will start at 6 o'clock where the announcement will be made about the 12 new aviators to be honored.
No other comments? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Joe.
We appreciate everything Fiscal Court has done over the last now 15 years. Hard to believe to make this happen. The groundbreaking was 13 years ago in April, the ribbon cutting. The groundbreaking was 15 years ago, and it could not have happened without the support of Fiscal Court throughout the years, and we greatly appreciate that.
Even more importantly, it would not have happened had it not been for all of the volunteerism within your board and continually building your board of directors with people who are enthusiasts in aviation.
Quick story. I was invited to join the board in 2009 and agreed to do it as a way to honor my dad and my father-in-law, who both were World War II veterans, thinking that I would do that, serve on that board for a few years. But when you get involved with the individuals you're talking about, Judge, who had the vision to build this park, it's hard to walk away from them. They're a great group of individuals who are committed to preserving the history of our community. So we thank you all very much.
Thank you very much. Please pass on our thanks to all
Will
of you.
do. Thank you very much.
Again, the hangar party is Saturday, June 18th, 5 o'clock. It's always a fun time.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go back to regular order here to item number 12.
11.
Nope, excuse me, item number 11. Approve the second and final reading of ordinance 2231, rezoning property located at 187 Porter Thornton Road from agriculture to rural residential and residential estate containing approximately 4.91 plus or minus acres and presently owned by Christopher and Lindsay Walden.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Next item is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2232, rezoning property located at 10,141 Alvin Road from agriculture to PUD or planned unit development containing approximately 6.32 plus or minus acres and presently owned by Bradley S. Kirby. Brad Kirby. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 13 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2233, rezoning property located at 0 New Cut Road, approximately 0.46 miles from H.E. Johnson Road, from agriculture to residential estate containing approximately 16.477 plus or minus acres and presently owned by Oliver and Hansborough Development Partners, LLC, in care of Ben Hansborough.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman. Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 14 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2234, authorizing a lighting agreement between Warren Rural Electric Cooperative Corporation and the Trace, Section 1. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes,
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 15, approve second and final reading of ordinance 2235, rezoning property located at 0 Smiths Grove, Scottsville Road, 0 Ayers Road, and 0 Porter Pike, approximately .08 miles from Three Forks Flat Rock Road, from agriculture to residential estate, containing approximately 21.3059 plus or minus acres, and presently owned by WCM Land LLC in care of Chris McGee.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 16 is to approve second and final reading of ordinance 2236, rezoning property located at 0 Double Springs Road from Grissom Court, across from Grissom Court, from RS 1A, single-family residential, and townhouse multifamily residential, to single-family residential containing approximately 23.27 plus or minus acres and presently owned by Housing Authority of Bowling Green. And this is for affordable housing.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 17 is to approve the determination in the amount of $2,595 to Comfort Systems USA for repairs to the HVA system at Moore Park.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 18 is to approve 6-month lease with House on the Hill at $500 per month for a total of $3,500 at 1347 Kentucky Highway 185, Suite 7 at Sugar Maple Square. This will be the only renewal because we're trying to move out all of the tenants as soon as possible because we have genuine need for every square foot of space at that facility, and we're hoping to turn it into a 90% governmental services building in the nearest possible future. Okay, do I have a motion? Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 19 is to approve the purchase of one 72-inch and one 61-inch Ferris zero-turn mowers, one to be used in the Central District and the other two for the roving crew at the cost of $36,132.97. And these were at Kentucky price contract. Motion by Squire Payne, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 20 is to approve the 2022 revised policy update for the Warren County Sheriff's Department. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion, questions, comments?
I read all 511 pages, by the way.
You're a better man than I am.
It's a thick file.
I read only the changes. All right, no further discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 21, approve order number 2212, reappointing Mike Hughes and appointing Byron Palmiter to the Warren County, or to the Bowling Green Area Convention and Visitors Bureau.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 22 is to approve the third quarter report for Warren County. This is the treasurer's report. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 23 is to approve amending the budget for the Warren County Sheriff's Department. Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 24 is to approve the Kentucky Department of Corrections inspection report and corrective action plan for the Warren County Jail and the Warren County Regional Jail Restricted Custody Center.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 25 is to grant judge executive authority to sign Kentucky Transportation Cabinet roadway centerline maintenance program.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Payne, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 26 is to approve the purchase of 11 2022 Chevy Tahoe vehicles for the Warren County Sheriff's Department from Bachman Chevrolet at the government contract rate and using CAECO for financing at a cost of $457,848.82, and this is financed through CAECO at 3.71%. Motion by Squire Cummings and second by Squire McWhorter. And I had a question before court. Somebody asked me about why these weren't being bought through Enterprise, and I'm going to let the sheriff address that, but frankly, Enterprise couldn't get them.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah, and I appreciate y'all's flexibility on this. Right before fiscal court last month, the night before, I had received an email from Enterprise on the projections for next year's vehicle purchase. Usually we buy those sometime late summer, historically post or pre-COVID, and we get them in early spring. Well, the projections on those vehicles, what I got from Enterprise was $57,000 per vehicle. So Justin called me right before fiscal court and said, have y'all made a decision yet? And I'm like, we don't work that way. And so I got to looking around and I'm thinking 2023 is 57,000. Is there some place somewhere we can find some new vehicles for much less? So Bachman had the police package vehicles on their lot. They had a few left, and so these were $41,622.62. So a $15,000 difference in each vehicle. And so the thing is last year we ordered from Enterprise. We're still waiting on those vehicles to come in. The production date on them has moved a few times, so we don't even know when they're going to come in. So the idea is to go ahead and get these now, start getting these out, and then as those other ones come in, we'll use those for next year. But this will save $165,000 on the purchase of these vehicles. So it's just crazy times with inflation and everything going up. But I thought if we can jump on this and save the county that type of money, I think everybody would agree on that. And I appreciate you all looking at this.
Yeah, I think this was a good move, and I'm just amazed that Bachman had them on their lot.
Yes, yeah. They have, historically, they buy large amounts and they sell to state police and some other entities, and they did still have some, so I was very fortunate. So I asked him if he could. I can't give him an exact, but I said if you could just maybe tag those, maybe that we'll try to take it in front of fiscal court, and if they so approve, so that they've done such.
Good deal.
So thank you all.
Thank you. All right. Everybody understands the program. I think all of you all did already, but anyway, that's
Makes Greg
a
happy.
good buy.
And that makes Greg happy, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
All right. No other questions?
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Next item has everything to do with the last item, and that's to approve upfitting these 11 vehicles locally, which includes the emergency equipment installation and striping package at a cost of $4,500 each. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
So Sheriff, we can pick these up or anytime now, right?
Yes, sir. Once we get this and sign everything, we should be able to get them down here and start working on updating the
Good deal. Thank you. Item number 28 is to approve emergency determination in the amount of $1,820.50 to Wright Implement for a stump jumper replacement to go on the mowing tractor for the road department. Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 29 is to approve Order 2213 surplusing vehicles for the Warren County Sheriff's Office. To have a motion to approve surplusing by Squire Payne, second by Squire Gorman. Sheriff, just a question, how are these, I know we have to surplus them first, but are we anticipating doing these through online auction or?
We're going to do a couple of different ways. I've reached out to Enterprise. The ones that they will come down and pick up and are operable, or even have to be taken up by a tow truck, they're going to manage that. any of the ones that they don't feel they can get much for, it's not worth the cost of coming down here, because they do charge a little bit just for that tow bill and everything else on that. Then we're going to do those through the Drug Task Force auction when they do have that.
Okay.
So in what I really appreciate Greg doing is what we've have figured out, that if we sell the surplus and put the surplus money in a line item, we typically have been using that for the upfitting. So that way, because historically what we've done before is the price of the upfitting and the vehicles was all together. We were paying interest on that total package. So this way we're able to pay for this kind of out of that. We're not paying that additional funding on that. We're just financing the vehicles. And so that's what we have been doing, and that's been working out well.
Any questions, anyone?
That's good.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. If there are no further questions, please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 30 is to approve Resolution 2220, a lease for the financing of a project providing for the payment and security of the lease, authorizing the execution of various documents related to such lease, and making certain designations regarding such lease. I haven't found the paperwork in here.
It's in there.
I'm sure it is, but I can't. You've hidden it well for me.
Right underneath the checkbook.
All right, got it.
Got it.
This is for the lease of exactly what? Anyone find the answer for me in any of that?
It's a project that they're working on, Judge, but it appears that they are needing it from the state to authorize it, but they sure don't want to give the location away yet.
It's an industrial lease?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
Well, that's what I believe too, but it doesn't say that anywhere in here. I'm going to come back to this as soon as we can find out, so I know what it is. It's too vague in there in the wording that I'm not sure. So if there are no objections, I'm going to come back to item 30. We'll move on to item 31, to approve budget transfers for Warren County. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Let's call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 32 is to approve the annual renewal of AlertSense iPause license in the amount of $4,525 to Emergency Management. This allows access to deliver emergency information to the public through mobile phone carriers throughout Warren County. Motion by Squire Cummings. Second by Squire Lawrence. You didn't have anything else to add to that at all, do we, Ronnie? Okay. No other questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Squire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
are you verifying
Esquire
that?
Lawrence.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 33 is to approve Order 2214, reappointing both Beth Schaefer to the Warren County Public Library Board of Trustees.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter. Second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 34 is approved termination in the amount of $29,017 for work order operation software to be used by stormwater, road, and engineering departments. This is a single source, and this is paid for through stormwater management and engineering services. Motion by Squire Cummings. Second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire
Yes,
McWhorter.
ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 35 is to approve Brightly Software yearly agreement in the amount of $15,211 for permitting and inspection software for building, electric, and code enforcement boards as a single source vendor paid for by Building and Electrical Department. Motion to approve. Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What?
Okay, item number 35, I've got item number 36. To approve determination in the amount of $2,500 to Reynolds Sealing and Striping for restriping the parking lot at the gym at Ephraim White Park. This is a KPC pricing contract, 2508832.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter. Second by Squire Payne. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 37 is to approve first reading of ordinance 2237, approving the budget for 22-23 for Warren County.
So moved.
Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion, questions?
Good job, Greg.
What's that?
I saw Greg, good
Oh.
job for,
He did an outstanding job. No further discussion, please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Need new tires to budget.
Item number 39 is to approve determination in the amount of $1,110.11 to effective mail marketing for mailing of letters, high school seniors, graduating seniors regarding workforce development.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 40 is to approve first reading of ordinance 2238, rezoning property located at 3399 Wilbohannon Road from agriculture to residential estate containing approximately 1 acre and presently owned by Oralee Dahlia Esparza? Yeah, Evans. Should have just skipped to the Evans. Okay.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter. Second, Squire Gorman. Let me apologize to Ms. Evans for mispronouncing the name. I apologize to them. Any further discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes,
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 41, approved determination in the amount of $3,618.75 to Dell. This is a Kentucky state price contract for the purchases of a laptop and docking station for the Warren County Parks Department. Motion by Squire Payne, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 42 is to approve the yearly bids for 22-23 for item number 2201, which is aggregate materials. And the lowest and best bid is to Martin Marietta. 2202, emulsified asphalt, Asphalt Materials, Inc. 2203, metal drainage pipes, we got no bids. 2204, signs, low bid, Econo Signs. 2205, gasoline and diesel fuel, We got no bids. 2206, tree trimming, Runner's Tree Service. 2207, bituminous asphalt, Scotty's Contracting and Stone. 2208, drywall services, T&T Contracting and T&B Drilling. Mr. Moore, would you like to address any or all of these?
Just wanted to, I wish I was bringing good news, but as you'll see in your packets, almost across the board, we're looking at 20 to 40% increase on these things. Our sign prices went up over 40%. Asphalt went up 70. So our paving this year is going to be a little stretched, but we're going to do the best.
Are you talking about a emulsified asphalt?
No,
or
our resurfacing.
Bituminous asphalt resurfacing?
Just to give you rough numbers, our per ton price went from $58 a ton to $98 a ton. So just, and we've checked, we were contacted by Todd County's judge executive a month or so ago to check on pricing. They were seeing prices over $100. City of Bowling Green is seeing pricing around $100. So we're in the range where everyone is. It's just unfortunate. You'll also see in your aggregate packet, the aggregate prices went up, so the stone and things that go about that, and your emulsified also went up. So all that's playing into those numbers. We're going to do the best we can and see what we can do with what we have, but it's going to be a stretch this year for sure. To address the metal pipe and the fuel, I think it was a combination of inattention that these guys didn't get their stuff in on time. Also, I think it's because it's a volatile market. Fuel prices are what they are, and they're trying to nail down something. But we've spoken to both all of our contractors we normally deal with. They will resubmit. You'll see in the next agenda item, it's to rebid those two. So we'll have those probably at the next fiscal court meeting, but I anticipate seeing similar increases. So if y'all have any questions, just let me know.
Motion.
Have a motion by Squire Cummings to accept bids submitted, the lowest and best bids, and second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? That is really discouraging. When you double the price, you basically get half as much done. Okay. Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 43 is to grant authority for Public Works to rebid the drainage pipe and gasoline and diesel fuel since there were no bids, and to negotiate the best price we can get.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 44 is to approve the renewal of insurance with VFIS for emergency vehicle and property insurance in the amount of $163,698.03. And this is for all of our emergency vehicles, and this insurance partners is the agent of record at this time. Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 45 is to approve the property and liability and workers' comp insurance with CAECO Property and Liability at a cost of $449,673 and workers' comp insurance with CAECO at a cost of $223,148.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Gorman and second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 46 is to grant judge executive authority to sign sewer easement between Warren County and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet on property located at 7055 Nashville Road. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Payne. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
This one? That one? Here we go. Item number 47. Will the treasurer please present the claims to the court?
TIF Fund, $1,259,342. General Fund, $2,072,576. Road Fund, $184,188. Jail Fund, $481,251. Stormwater Fund, $89,024. Grant Fund, $190,000. E911 Fund, $4,549. Fed Forfeiture Fund, $1,563. And Hotel Tax Fund, $371,968. You have to answer any questions.
Okay, we have a motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Payne. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Sheriff Hightower, how are you, sir?
Good, sir. Just want to share one thing. This weekend is the Street Outlaws No Prep Kings event at Beach Bend. So that will begin this afternoon. I'll be down there, and we'll have some other units down there. But 2 p.m. the gates and pits are open. 4 p.m. the gates are open for all ticket holders. 5 p.m. the racing starts. That's this evening. And then tomorrow morning at 9:30 the gates are going to be opening for the pits and VIP access. 11:30 gates open for all other ticket holders, and 2 p.m. the racing starts. So we do anticipate, they have said anywhere from 10 to 15,000 folks coming down, so we would expect some delays. So if you're going to be down there around this area, unless you're going out there, you might want to kind of bypass that. But we will be on site. I will be on site for this afternoon and tomorrow, most all day.
We anticipate backups from, obviously on Beach Bend Road, possibly on 185, certainly on 31W north.
Yes.
Any other anticipated backups possibly on the bypass?
Occasionally, the bypass will start to back up. So we have talked to the folks at Beach Bend and trying to do more online sales and not do anything at the gate, so that way they can move the vehicles into a parking location. And then my suggestion from there was then to have another funnel where then you can check the tickets from there, but not doing it at the gate as people come in. So we'll be closely monitoring this and hope, we love having folks in town, and spending their money here is a great thing. And so we expect it to be a great event, and but we'll definitely be keeping everybody abreast of what's going on as well.
Next
I
weekend,
appreciate it.
there's another big one, right?
There is, I don't know if it's expected to be as big as this, but like I say, with good weather, they can easily sell a whole lot of tickets in a short period of time. So then we're just seeing more and more activity out there. It's good, post-COVID. A lot of folks coming out, enjoying everything. But like I say, with that, there's always the potential backups on that. So, and thank you all for everything else.
Brett,
Appreciate it.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about the wreck that happened out here on.
That's
So-
some street outlaws as well, right?
Unfortunately, and fortunately, there was video that showed exactly what did transpire out there. So I got the call about 9:15, 9:20 last Friday night, and you can see some cars come along. One of those particular cars was in the right lane going up College Street. It passed the other ones like they were almost stopped, but they weren't. So it was going pretty excessive speed. And so they were maneuvering to the left lane, somehow lost control, struck our brand new vehicle that we had that had 1,000 miles on it. And it's caused significant damage. They're estimated about $23,000 worth of damage on that. So we're working through our insurance provider on that. But then it struck one of our other employees' vehicles who he just picked up on Tuesday, and caused, that vehicle's been totaled, and then he hit a third vehicle parked along there as well. So the individual was charged criminal mischief, wanton endangerment. There was multiple occupants in the vehicle as well. And so we're working through the county and Commonwealth attorneys on that. But they'll handle that like they would any other particular case. Nothing different than because we're involved. It just is what it is. But so the only part of us is we had a significantly damaged vehicle, and our employees did too. And right now it's hard to find vehicles, as we've already talked about. So, but that's what's happened. And so more to follow as that goes through our insurance provider. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Ms. Yates is not with us, I don't believe. Okay. Jailer Harmon, are you here with us? Online or on Zoom? No. Okay. Mr. Comer with the Parks could not be with us. They have unfortunately had some activity out there that I'm sure the sheriff is involved in as well. We have, Sheriff, I don't know if, I know your department's been notified, but and Deputy Bailey is working on not only the theft from the other night, but theft from last night as well at the parks. And I don't know that we need to talk about too much detail, but it's extraordinarily aggravating, and hopefully, I understand we have some good video footage, so hopefully we can track down exactly who is doing this and catch them. Okay. Mr. Moore? Come right up.
Real quick, and this is just an announcement for you guys, but also to kind of thank our solid waste friends that are here. The solid waste committee is meeting Monday morning at 8:30 at our office to continue moving forward on getting these franchise agreements in place. We've got a lot to talk about, so just to notify them that this is still an ongoing process that's getting close to being wrapped up. But that's 8:30 Monday morning. This is the 13th at Public Works office. Other than that, thanks, sir.
All right, thank you so much. Okay. Mr. Pearson? Mr. Loving is not with us, I believe, and Ms. Lewis, PVA. All right. Mr. Appling. Bob Appling, how are you, sir? Yeah, I understand. I totally understand.
I just wanted to thank the court for being with me all these 30 years I've been here. Although when I started, I don't think any one of you was here but Marie. And I saw the dates me and Marie, but anyhow, y'all been very congenial with me, and I've tried to keep any problems we had away from y'all's problems. And if anything I can do to help later years, well, I'll be glad to do it. But I did want to thank y'all for being there for me.
I'm guessing you're going to get several calls. It's the end of this month, right?
Well, yeah, I've got quite a few leave time and things like that. But that's when I'll set the date that I'll probably be last in my office. And
I got you.
I'll be in and out, signing some papers and things of that nature for a couple of months, but it'll take that long to get somebody in my spot, I suppose.
I'm not
But,
sure. I'm sure there are a lot of people that would like to have it, but I don't know if they're going to get in a real big hurry to.
Well, they're putting a committee together to do it, and hopefully they'll come up with somebody that's deserving of it. And, it's a good job. It's a good job. I've enjoyed it, but it's been a headache at times. But there again, it's nothing that you couldn't handle.
It's an important position, and it's amazing how many people how many bad characters it keeps out of the building business
Well,
here.
it does that, and it gives the people, have a place to go, if nothing else, for their grievance. And a lot of people, I just like to be able to tell you the problems, but we try to do all that and try to help any of them if they got problems with the contractor, or if the contractor's got a problem with the homeowner. But we've tried to work it the best way we can. I think we have been told that it's been a great help to a lot of the community leaders around here. The worst thing is having to put up with Gorman.
Well, I understand that. But that's not the reason you're retiring, is it?
Well, we won't say that. No, I've had some real good commissioners and real good magistrates on board, and I really enjoyed working with them. And hopefully it'll continue on and do well.
Well, you've done an outstanding job, and I know I speak for everyone to say that. And also, you're going to be here next court meeting too.
Well, probably, but in case something come up that I couldn't be, I wanted to take this opportunity here to thank everybody. Yeah. And we started out, we was hoping to get 750 contractors, and sometimes we're getting awfully close to 3,100.
Wow.
And it's quite a bit of improvement, I think.
And right now, post-tornado, we need double that.
Yeah. They come in every day, still every day. The two big things was the hailstorm and the tornadoes.
Yeah.
And that was the two biggest. But thank y'all, and maybe I'll see you next meeting.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you so much. Mr. Peterson, are you on here?
He's here, he's physically here.
Oh, he's sitting back there. Hi,
He
Ben.
never comes.
How are you,
He's on here
pal?
as well.
Any reports that you've got? I understand you have a couple of new commissioners from Oakland and Plum Springs.
Yes, we have one from Oakland. I don't know about Plum Springs yet. I haven't heard. You have.
They made an appointment last night.
Okay.
Mr. Brown. I can't think of his first name. But anyway, they think he's going to do a good job. I'm sure he will. Mr. Markram, how are you, sir? Okay. Square McWhorter? You have anything you'd like to share?
Just a happy anniversary to you and Ellen.
Thanks. Thank you.
You've been a very lucky person for 49 years, I think. Is it
I have been a
49?
very lucky person for 49 years.
And I'm right behind you. June 16th, I'll be there 49 years.
Wow.
June's been I've been a very lucky person with my wife.
You have been a pretty lucky person. She just had a birthday too, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, she's,
June 6th.
well, I still look at her as the rock star of the family.
She's definitely that. Couldn't live without her.
Thank you, sir. Squire Cummings?
I have several things. Number one, you all got a notice about the Boyce Community Center's Family Fun Night is Saturday the 18th. Starts at 5 o'clock. Everybody's invited to come out to the wonderful place of Boyce. It's going to conflict somebody who's going to hangar party too. That's the same night the hangar party is.
Oh, the 18th.
Yeah, so I want to invite folks out for that. I really want to say, I wish she was here today. Miss Amy has given all of us this animal control ordinance stuff that we've been talking about for several months, and had asked her to get this for us, and she has provided it, and I'm sure we'll be dealing with something with that sooner than later. But I just want to say personal thanks to Amy for getting all the information that we asked for, and appreciate her doing that. I want to say congrats to the Kiwanis Club and Soapbox Derby took place and completed, and all the three that are be representing us in Akron, Ohio, soon enough. And I also want to announce that, just kind of a quick first-time announcement, the NDR version of the Soapbox Derby organizations are coming to Bowling Green and holding their national championship here in Bowling Green on Labor Day weekend. So, as you know, what that track does, all this time we spent last meeting about thanking Ms. Gial and stuff goes on. That track's used a lot out there, and thanks to Fiscal Court and leadership, that the actual NDR National Championships will be in Bowling Green on Labor Day, and I'm going to get that announcement out, and I'll be more about that when it gets a little closer. Do what? It's Labor Day weekend. They'll be racing from starting on. They all will come in on Tuesday, Wednesday, and we're talking about everybody will be here. I mean, there'll probably be 400 families that come in and race in this event. It's a huge, huge event. All the way from California. In fact, the kids, when the NDR announced that they're coming to Bowling Green, the California and West Coast kids have been coming to some of our rally races to learn the track. You know, this is the Akron race, or the All-American is the biggest organization with Soapbox Derby racing, but this NDR organization is what we call the true professionals. These kids are all won everything they could win in the All-American, and they want to keep racing. So this, why NDR was developed, was to for those kids who have that passion to still want to continue to race and compete. So if you have any interest in Soapbox Derby racing, the best of the best will be here in Bowling Green over Labor Day weekend. So come out and support that. And I'll talk about it again when it gets a little closer, but I did want to get that announcement out that hadn't been publicly announced yet, but I want to announce that it'll be here out at our park, and they're excited about being here. They were here 8 years ago and had 3 of the best years they ever had when they were here before, and they're coming back, and it's a 2-year run for sure, so they'll be here this year and next year. So good stuff, good income coming in for our county, for all the people we're bringing in. Lots of hotel nights and foods and gas, and it'll be a great event for Warren County. So I want to thank you for that.
And that's, where is that?
It'll be out at Fillmore Park at the track.
At the J. Mac.
Yeah,
Yow
at the
track.
Mac
That's
Yow
what I was trying to
track.
get you to say.
Correct. With Murph's Miracle too, so we kind of throw accolades to all those guys to help making all that happen, and so we're truly grateful. So thank you.
Squire Payne?
Judge, I'd just like to thank Bob for all the service you put in. Other than that, I don't really have much.
All right, Squire Lawrence.
Yeah, I'd like to do the same thing. Congratulate Bob on his retirement and tell him thank you so much for his hard work. It's always been a super pleasure to work with. Easy to get a hold of and easy to talk to. It's been a pleasure.
Did you want to say something about the AMVETS?
Well, yeah, I can mention that. We're having a recognition of female veterans on June the 26th. I was going to wait until our next court meeting, but I will,
Okay.
we'll do it then too. It'll be
Okay.
at 5 o'clock at the VFW. It'd be a good place for people to come and recognize some of our female veterans that have done service and give them some of the accolades they deserve.
Squire Gorman.
Judge, I'd like to just, I'll keep this brief. I would like to speak about Bob Appling, however. I've actually been pretty fortunate. I was appointed to that board as a private citizen back about 15 years ago and did a stint then and got off thinking I would never have to do it again, and then was appointed as a manager as well. So I have been involved with that for about 15 years. It is an extremely valuable service that it does to the citizens of the community. You need to make sure your contractor is licensed, and what that means is they not only have a business license, but workers' comp, et cetera. Bob has done a fantastic job despite what he said about me. I will, but I'm in the minority of the board that thinks he's done a fine job, so I'll say that. No, he's done a great job, and Bob, he's been very, very important in this community and has done a great job. Someone that's really dedicated a second career. You know, he's done this, again, Basil Griffin appointed him. So at the end of the day, Bob is old. I think we can agree on that. But he's done a great job, and I appreciate his service to the community, so thank you, Bob. Also, very quickly, like to say, I'll break some HIPAA violation, I'm sure, but Tony Payne has finished his chemo. He doesn't want to talk about it, but I'm happy to talk about it. He had a PET scan last week, and it's completely clear. And his cancer has left the body, and so he is a walking miracle in more ways than one. But we are so pleased and blessed, and all praise goes to God for his healing and for what's happened. So Tony, it's great to see you as well. Last thing, we sometimes forget about it, but next Tuesday, June 14th, is Flag Day. And what a fantastic thing it would be if everyone could display the flag, proudly display the flag of the United States of America. Next Tuesday, June 14th, so don't forget that. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. On item 30, I'm going to pull that from the agenda.
Yeah, I found it. We can talk with that on June 24th.
Till I get more
think it'd be a
detail,
better
I'm not
thing to
gonna-
do. I think Elbow jumped the gun, didn't think it was going to be on today's agenda, so.
Yeah.
But it's just about economic development.
Right, but I just want to know what it is. I know they don't always put it on there, but I want somebody to tell me before I put it on there.
I think it's just a miscommunication. I think they were planning on being on June 24th agenda.
Okay, I think it'll wait till then. All righty. Now, Ms. Milliken is not with us in person today, but I believe she's on Zoom. Amy, are you there?
I am, Judge. Thank you for allowing me to appear via Zoom today.
Thank you so much for your help in putting all this together and for doing some background for us while we were online. Anything else you want to report on, or?
No, I just want to tell Bob congratulations. I hope I get to tell him in person in July too, but I wanted to certainly send him congratulations on retirement. He has done a fantastic job. We're very lucky to have had him for 30 years.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Burrell?
Judge, I'd just like to thank all the department heads and their staffs and all their hard work in preparing their budgets. I know it was challenging times, so just want to thank all those guys.
Thank you. You did a great job.
Thanks.
Everything so far looks good. We'll see if it still looks the same about the next meeting.
August.
It should. We'll see a year from now whether we thought you did a great job or not.
Yeah.
Whether the court does. Okay. Ms. Hale?
I'm just proud to hear that good news about Tony Payne, and it's an answer to prayer.
Judge Smith?
I want to congratulate him on his retirement, and congratulations to you on your anniversary.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Our next fiscal court meeting is June 24th. at 9 a.m. here in this room. If there's any other business to come before this body,
Move we adjourn.
we have a motion to adjourn, Ms. Squire McWhorter, second, Ms. Squire Lawrence. Discussion, questions? There being none,